Hi everybody, I'm Kathleen Prasad and this is your September 2024 Animal Reiki Talk. The format is a little bit weird tonight because I have lost all power, including toggling through my phone. So I was unfortunately not able to be there live with all of you, but what I want to do right now while I'm in the mode, I want to create this recording for all of you. So I'm going to talk on our topic tonight and then do a meditation, an animal healing circle meditation at the end so that we can all have that space together. And I hope this is helpful for all of you. So tonight's topic is how animals teach us Animal Reiki. Really, they teach us so many lessons about healing and life, and they do it through our Animal Reiki practice, actually. The two meld together beautifully. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and that's really what my blog is this month as well. So you can go to animalreikisource.com and check out the blog there from this month. So for me, I wanted to focus this topic on the three energy centers that our Animal Reiki practice is cultivating and strengthening. And the first is the Hara. And the Hara is your lower belly, kind of your physical center, also your spiritual center. It's your grounding, it's your connection to earth. It is the part of you that helps you feel centered and focused. And in my Animal Reiki classes, I teach people that your Hara is the space that you come from to create a grounded, safe space for your animals when they're struggling, when they're going through something. So it brings safety and comfort when we can be grounded and centered and calm. And that means focusing on the Hara. So we learn a lot of techniques in Animal Reiki to do that, to focus, ground our energy, and to strengthen the Hara. But what's really cool is animals also teach us about the Hara. And one of the lessons that animals teach us about the Hara is that calm energy is contagious. And this is something that I learned from volunteering in shelters. And when I first volunteered in shelters, I was just walking dogs. And then I learned Animal Reiki. And I thought, oh, I can, add this in to what I do. And luckily the staff was open to that. So I would walk the dogs, I would come back and share Reiki with them. And in the beginning, I thought I was only sharing Reiki with the dog I had walked. And then over time, I noticed after about 5 or 10 minutes, the dog I was walking was laying down and sleeping. And then I'd be like, wait, the kennel is really quiet. And I'd look around and all the dogs were laying down and sleeping. And I was like, how can that be? Because calm energy is contagious. Just like anxiety can be contagious. Our animals teach us this too, right? But the Hara is the center of your calm, collected, focused, centered, grounded, peaceful energy. So when we focus on the Hara and cultivate that energy through our practices, it ripples out from us. We're holding space. It's like we're holding a space of peace for animals. And not just the animal we're sitting next to, but that space spreads out even beyond what you might expect. So I love that lesson from the animals. Lesson 2 is to remember to be present in this moment. And this is something that our Hara is about slowing down, because when you're grounded, then you notice where you are. You're not distracted, right? And so this is something we learn from working with the Hara, but this is something that our animals teach us all the time, right? Have you ever noticed, how many of you have cats, and when you're working and they decide you need a break, they walk across your keyboard and they're like, take a break, mom. Or your dog might start whining. They want to go out and play or have a walk, or they bring their toy to you and you have to stop and play with them. And these are moments actually to be present, to stop, our many busy tasks that we're doing and to just be there with our animals. I know for me, if I'm spending time with my horse or I'm walking my dog, I'm able to really let go of everything that's going on and feel really rejuvenated after that. And that's very healing. And then the third lesson from our Hara, and this is a hard one, you guys, it's okay to rest. This is something that animals know. Animals do really well, right? They know if they're not feeling well, that it's okay to rest, and they take the time to heal themselves. And we have a difficult time with that. I know when my dog was recently ill, he spent a lot of time resting and recuperating. And so, I remembered I got a migraine and I thought, oh, I remember what Vincent showed me. I know I'm busy, but I'm going to take this time. I'm going to just take this time for myself and rest. And I put my hands over my Hara, laid down, closed my eyes. I felt so much better immediately. So sometimes just making that intention that it's okay to rest, that is something that is very centering and grounding and beautiful for us to do. That's healing. So the second energy center that we cultivate in our Animal Reiki practice is our mind. And I like to call this center our Reiki Eyes. So that means when we look at our animals who may be ill, who may be struggling, it's not all we see. You guys have probably heard me talk about this lesson a lot. It's one of the pillars of the Let Animals Lead method. And so how do we cultivate that ability to let go of what's wrong and see more? We have to expand our mind. So yes, okay, there's the diagnosis. I see what's wrong. I see that my animal's uncomfortable, but that's not all there is. Usually as human beings, we stop. We stop right there and we don't move forward. And so cultivating the center of our mind helps us expand to see more, to see with our Reiki eyes. And in addition to wanting to see more for our animals because it calms our energy, if we're looking at our animals with worry and fear, they feel and sense that, and that emotion is contagious. So we want to be able to calm our energy so our animals feel safe around us. So it's really important for our own well-being. It's also important for our animals to feel comfortable, to connect. And so if we can calm our mind through our Animal Reiki meditation practice, we can really be there for our animals. So the first lesson animals teach us I'm talking about our mind and our Animal Reiki practice is I'm more than my physical or emotional condition. Because I realized, I'm trying to do this through my Animal Reiki practice, but when I'm sick or I'm going through a struggle, for example, when I went through breast cancer, my animals still saw me as me, right? The way all the humans saw me totally changed, but animals still saw me. And so in a way, when we're practicing this opening and expansion of our mind with our animals, what we're really doing is we're just returning the favor so that we can see animals for who they are, not what's happened to them or not what struggle they're facing, right? To see more than that. They do that so beautifully and so easily. So if you're not sure how to do it, watch your animals. They'll show you. The second lesson of the mind is be here now. And this is really about just the time we spend with our animals. I spend a lot of time grooming my horse. That is my happy place. And one of the wonderful things that happens when I do that is I forget everything. And I am just present in this moment, and everything, all my worries and fears, stress from the day, anything that's going on just dissolves. It's just gone. How did my animal do that? Oh, just by being with me, being present, just by us being together. And those of you who have dogs and cats, if you're, brushing your dog or your cat or just sitting and petting them. I mean, scientific studies have shown that this actually physiologically is good for us to pet our animals and to sit with them, right? But really, why? Why? Because we're letting go of all that craziness that we always have in our minds, and we're just being here now. Because animals don't have the kind of complexity of human desires and attachments. They are able to find contentment in their sort of basic way of life and those basic moments of being together. And as humans, we often forget how to do that, and we make it really complicated to be content, right? And animals show us, hey, it's easy. Just be here and pet me. It's pretty cool lesson. And the third lesson for the mind is when the going gets tough, keep going. How many of you have rescued animals? Probably a lot of you, right? And I mean, for me, over the years, rescued animals, my own rescued animals and the ones I've met in shelters and sanctuaries, they have taught me so much about resilience, about strength, about keeping hope alive and keep one step at a time, because things will get better. And I think it's an amazing example that they're setting for us. And I always think to myself, well, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And I think it's wonderful to listen to that in those very difficult moments. And I think that's part of what our Animal Reiki meditation is helping us to do, is to let go of control. In a way, it's like surrendering to the situation at hand, to what is, but finding that peacefulness in that moment and knowing that all is well. I'm gonna keep going. And so thank you, animals, for showing us that. And finally, best for last, I am saving the lessons from the heart. The heart for me is really the center of our Animal Reiki connections and of our relationships with our animals. It's where all of our compassion and all of our loving kindness and all of that just bond, that all of that just really comes from our heart. And it's what motivates us to be with our animals, to take care of our animals, to rescue animals, to help animals, right? It's all that love inside. Love is the place that helps us forgive. It's the place that helps us find acceptance. It's the place where we balance our emotions. Joy, sadness, grief, all of that gets processed and balanced here in our heart. And our heart helps us build harmonious connections with each other, including with animals. So how many of you are inspired to do Animal Reiki because of your heart for animals? Probably all of you, right? So this is a really important center that we cultivate in our Animal Reiki practice. And animals teach us 3 lessons here as well. The first lesson of the heart is have fun. I have a very silly dog. He makes everyone in my family laugh, and he's always doing really silly things. And he doesn't just do silly things. He looks to see if you're looking. One of the things he loves to do is when we're walking on a trail, he looks for a log or a tree branch that is way too big, like not normal for a dog to hold. And then he tries to pick it up. Most of the time he's pretty successful because he's a very big, strong 75-pound dog. And then when I tell him, Vinny, that's too big. What are you doing? Oh, he gets so excited. I'm holding something that's much too big for me. And mom is like, scolding me for it, wink, wink. And so he is running around having zoomies. He's, knocking into people with the big branches. He's dropping it because it's heavy and trying to pick it back up. And it becomes his game, and I have to just laugh. Because there's a stick right next to it that's totally an appropriate size for him. But no, he has to have the big one. So this is my comic relief, my dog. How many of you have animals that make you laugh all the time? And what's so great about laughter is even in your most difficult moments, if you laugh, it changes your energy and you feel immediately healed and so much better. Even if it's only for that moment, it is so healing. And so those moments of laughter that your animals are giving you, that is a healing that they're giving you. And I think that's so beautiful. Sometimes in our Animal Reiki practice, we get so serious and stern. And, that's because usually we're working with animals who are sick and not feeling well. And so, I get it. But our animals remind us, hey, be playful, have fun, smile in your practice, Mom. Smile when you're meditating. Why not, right? And so sometimes Vinny even comes across my path as I'm sitting in Animal Reiki meditation and makes me laugh as I'm doing it. And I love that about them. So let your heart open up and expand when your animal makes you smile. The second lesson of the heart that animals teach us is love unconditionally. So when we connect heart to heart, then it's much easier to reach out to others, isn't it? And so I think in order to heal, love, compassion, and kindness, these are essential elements of that healing. These are all things that animals show us how to do. They show us how to love. They love us. And they also inspire us to love them unconditionally. We accept our animals for everything they are. And that is such a wonderful inspiration they give us, because I think as human beings, we're kind of judgmental. And so if we can let go of that for a moment, because our animals just make us be in a space of acceptance and unconditional love for everything. Isn't that amazing? I think it's such a gift. In that way, animals are showing us how to be our best selves, how to be the best human being we can be. And the third lesson of the heart, this one's kind of deep, but let's talk about it. We are part of a greater whole. Animals are still connected to nature, some more than others, wild ones more than domesticated ones, of course. But animals understand the connection to even not only each other in their own species, but other animals as well. They understand their connection to the trees, to the landscape, to the ecosystem, to the water, and they understand their connection to the seasons. These are things that are built into animals and who they are, and things that we've kind of lost. But I think being with animals reminds us of our connection to nature. It helps us remember that ancient part of ourselves that used to be part of the whole. And now we've gotten so disconnected, right? The more connected we are with technology, the more disconnected we seem to be with our planet Earth. My animals, my horse and my dog, one of the beautiful things that they give to me is outdoor time in nature every single day. And, I'm sort of an introvert, and, I'd love to read. And I can imagine if I didn't have animals, I would be like holed up in my house all the time. I could just see that for myself. My animals are like, no, you're going to be out walking on trails. You're going to be out in nature. My horse is like, yeah, you're going to be out in the winter in rain. And, my dog's like, yeah, we have to walk every day, no matter what. So I'm out in nature. So I am part of the seasons. I am part of, the trees, and I'm aware of the water and the air and, all of the clouds and all of these things that keep us alive, really. The sun, water, the elements, basic sort of needs that we forget about in our modern civilization. So I'm so grateful that animals bring me back to that sense of being part of a greater purpose and a greater community. Sometimes as humans, we think community means the other people that we live around. But, it's a small world. And community, I think COVID has shown us, community is all people all around the world, and not just people, but also animals, and not just animals, but also plants, and not just plants, but also the elements, this earth, the sky, the water, right? All of these things we are deeply connected to, and animals know this. So they help us awaken our inner wisdom, our sense of belonging, help us recognize our interconnected purpose, and help us to live with more true presence so that we can walk a happier, healthier path each and every day. So grateful to our animals, aren't you? And so this month, each month, my community, we put together an intention, a healing intention. We dedicate our practice for the month to a specific intention. So this month, in honor of this talk tonight that I've talked about, the gifts that animals give us, let's set our intention this month to hold space and love and light for all the animal teachers that we've had in our lives. And so I want each of you, when you do your Animal Reiki meditations, allow yourself to really think about who are those animals. Maybe there's a lot of them that I haven't thought about in a long time. This month, I want you to think about them. I want you to think about the lessons they taught you, the gifts they brought to your life, all of the reasons why you are who you are because of them, partly because of them. Yeah, maybe in big part because of them. And then just hold space and dedicate your meditation this month to those animal teachers and thanking them in gratitude for all the gifts that they've given you. Animals are the greatest healers and teachers, and they invite us to walk a path of compassion, awareness, and deep inner peace. So that is my talk for tonight, and I'd like to finish with our animal healing circle. So wherever you are, whenever you're watching this video, I hope this is supportive to you. So let's go into Gasho, and we'll take a moment to just set our intention. Let's dedicate all the energy of this practice to our animal teachers. throughout our life. And we have so much gratitude to each of them, each and every one. And we hold this space of love and light and Reiki for them tonight. And then resting your hands on your lap, let's do some Hara breathing. So remember, your Hara is that lower belly, and we're going to imagine our breath is a pure and clear light. And as we breathe in, bring it in through your crown and fill your body with light all the way down to the Hara. And then as you exhale, imagine that light can expand out of every pore in your skin and out into your aura, and then out into the universe. So we're breathing in the light, connecting with the Hara, and breathing out, expanding the light. And breathing in, connecting, and breathing out, expanding. And just take a moment to continue that breath at your own pace. Breathing in and breathing out. Just bring all of your mind and heart to the light and to the breath and to this moment. And then relax your breath and see yourself sitting in this beautiful space of light, the light within and the light all around you. And this light is filled with peacefulness, balance and harmony, compassion and love, loving kindness, of course, and perfect healing. And this space, this light, is a beautiful invitation to your animals. So just invite your animals to step into this space. And I want you to really tune into your heart and that gratitude that you feel for your animals and everything they've brought to you. And we just hold space for them. And however they want to connect in this moment is just perfect. And then bringing your hands back into Gasho, and just take a moment to thank your animals. However they chose to connect in this moment was just perfect because it was their choice. And setting your intention to finish, take a nice deep breath and slowly come back and open your eyes. So thank you all for being a part of my unconventional, dark Animal Reiki talk without power this month. I am very grateful to be a part of a wonderful community of like-minded animal lovers, and I wish you a beautiful September, remembering all of your animal teachers. Many blessings to all of you, and see you next time.